certainly understand the curse. May you live in interesting times. Far better now.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Don't we all? Holy crap! Need to stop being so interesting.
Yeah, far too interesting.
Why is this
Stop
not
being interesting.
I'm not
showing?
cool with 1918, 1938, and 1960. No, sorry, 1930
Oh, there we go.
and 1968 all happening at the same time.
Okay.
Easy for you to say.
Right.
Yeah. Don't forget the Dust Bowl.
Oh yeah. Well, that can fall under the 30.
Yep.
Well, may have been 32. Anyways, sorry.
All right. Okay, she's going to use a
PC
drop
seems
on.
cranky about something. Wait,
Okay.
is that? What's that? That's not what I told you to open.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to
Isn't it though?
switch over to Twitch.tv. I just want to make sure we can hear her. Okay.
Let me bring up Discord on the browser.
All right. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3, I hear you.
Okay, I see
There,
video on Twitch, but I don't hear sound. Just no bueno.
Now I have colors.
Hang on.
Oh, good. Seema can see and hear us.
Okay. As long as we got a SEMA check, we're good.
Absolutely.
All right. Yay. Also, bye. Bye, SEMA. Have fun with STO.
Which is different than having fun with STT. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
AIE
Sorry.
After dark.
Yeah.
Thankfully, this will all get cut out. All right.
Yes.
That and show notes. Okay. I'm ready whenever you are, Mew.
About as ready as I'm gonna be.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
That looks way too wide. Hold on.
That's how I'm feeling after quarantine.
Yeah.
Where camera settings? There we go. I bet you it resetted to super wide again. No, it says field of view. Maybe I'm just feeling wide today.
Could be.
All right. Okay, I got podcast open. Notes are open. It is 3:36. I guess I'm as ready as I'm gonna be.
All right, hang on. Why is my Discord muted? You guys can hear me though,
I
right?
hear you.
Hello, Boo.
Yeah.
It's not. Is it showing you the top red banner saying your mic is muted? I had that last night when I was
No,
streaming.
I went to
It was
unmute it
confused.
and it says it says your
Rain alert.
oh, there we go. Okay. I just had to allow it to use my microphone. That was weird. Why was Oh, because I'm in Chrome. Okay. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Starting. Speak now or forever hold your pieces. 5, 4, 3, 2. On this episode of the AIE Podcast,
The Where to Start event has been a huge success.
Sunday Fun Day is coming your way.
the Swoop Rally is coming our way.
What are these strange new golems?
And we have Mei Lung here to talk to us about AIE in Lord of the Rings Online. Words are hard.
Yes, all that and much, much more coming up right now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
with that, welcome to episode 346 of the podcast celebrating you, the LA Gaming community. The Die Has Been podcast. I am Yukao, and somewhere over there is Bacala.
Hey guys, there's a fig ricotta cake and a pineapple upside down cake in the Guild kitchen.
Yum.
And to her virtual right and down and up or somewhere sideways is Tetsemi.
I have more spreadsheets.
I am not surprised.
No.
But we are also joined this week by special guest Meilung, who is here to talk to us about AIE and LOTOR. So welcome.
Thank you.
And with that, we're going to see what everyone's been up to. And I'm going to go by my screen order, which says that McCall is first.
All right. Well, yesterday, Ted and I actually had the honor of being on Rose Realm Maintenance for June to talk about the AIE podcast and our gaming community in general. So that was absolutely fabulous.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was really neat kind of seeing also how the sausage of that very long running show is made. Because you know how he does, there is, the end of the year where he has stuff from all the different guests. Well, seeing exactly the prep work he does into that in real time for that. So that was a lot of fun. We talked about the podcast, our history with it, how it works with our community. It was a really good time. We had a blast. And, and Ro's a great guy. He's member referred. He's a personal friend. So he made it very, very fun and comforting. So that was one of my experiences this week. I actually intended to play a video game today, but then I couldn't find my password. And so I will be actually playing Final Fantasy 14 shortly. I have my character made. Yes.
Yeah. We just have to get it on Goblin when Goblin's open. So
right. But until then, I am going to play just to kind of get used to it. I did a thaumaturgist. Did I do a thaumaturgist?
Thaumaturge.
Yes, the one that's
Thaumaturgy.
the one that's like a D&D sorcerer. So did that. That was fun. And literally, I was just starting when I needed to report to the podcast. See what else we are starting our long-running our Thursday group, D&D group, which is called Thursday Thunder. We are actually about to start our new campaign. We're doing a short one in between that friend of AIE SJ was running, but now we're hopping into the real campaign. So I need to, or the long-term campaign. So I need to finish up a few things with my character tonight on that. Call of Cthulhu, still not crazy. But we're dealing with a series of murders at a hotel in upstate New York. So it's been a very fun investigation where we're kind of trying to dig into people's motives and clues and all that. It's a very fun game because unlike a lot of RPGs, it's more puzzle-based. You don't always have big battles. You do sometimes. But this particular adventure is definitely more using our skills and trying to tie pieces together. Let's see. And we had our D&D game, our weekend D&D game was a lot of fun because we are dealing with time travel. And
Ooh.
as
That can be
my
good
character,
or bad.
we've actually, so we made a deal with Aloha, who's Aloha of the Seas, to free them from their prison. And basically I said, okay, you go here, it'll take you back to where I was trapped, you'll meet my servant, they'll tell you what you need to do. So we then went back in time, saw them get trapped. They were locked into a prison. There was a key split into 3 parts. And then we had candles that we had to light that took us to 3 different time periods to track down the pieces of the keys. And each time we would go, and we were also told violence will draw the force of the darkness to us.
That's something the
So
Forecast Darkness would say to prevent you from being violent.
Right. Well, we don't know because we actually didn't do a battle for all 3
Oh, wow.
pieces of the key. No, we did great. So we went back to so we had 3 different candles. We had to, we would light them with the sacred flame, and find each piece of the key. And there were 3 different times of history. And each time we came back, stuff would be slightly changed in the rune that we were at. So we definitely could see, oh yeah, we definitely changed stuff considerably. And each bit got scarier and scarier. Like, each time, like, the first one was actually pretty easy. The second one was we were in the destruction of this civilization, and we had to get in and get the key out as it was being destroyed by dragons.
Of course. It's always dragons.
It's always dragons. And then the last was like about 1,000 years later, and now the civilization's been taken over by the Dark Wanderer, this god of chaos, which was actually involved in destroying the civilization previously. So yeah, that one was actually the most dangerous because we had to walk into enemy territory, and we were illusioned to look like the inhabitants of the area. But of course, the Dark Priest saw immediately through us. It's like, oh, what are you doing here? And then realized what we were looking for, that we could lead him to him. So gave us the key, thinking we would lead it back, that third of the key. And then, because my character had it, I told the thief to pickpocket me, because we have sending stones. Pickpocket me. They know I have it. So he took it, and they ran, and they got out while they actually were threatening to kill the mage and myself.
Gotcha.
And then, of course, yeah. So it was a good time. My character is developing some really bad tendencies. She's a sweet girl. She's a goody-goody. She's very prudish. This is the 3rd time we've had a dark, dangerous, powerful NPC that she's found strangely attractive. So I'm like, I'm not sure what that says psychologically about this character, but great time. I think that's about my gaming wrap up. I'll touch base with you guys next time about Final Fantasy. See if I can actually sit down and play for a few minutes.
We'll expect a full report.
Yes, sir.
All right, then sliding over to Tetsemi, what have you been up to?
Leveling all the things. Just because of the AIE streaming event, I went in and updated my Guild Wars 2. Found out I have a character in there. Bags full of crap. I have no idea what to do with the character, where I'm at in the story. So I will probably be starting a new character just to get used to the system again, and then go back and figure out where I'm at. Speaking of that, so I logged on Lord of the Rings. And I said, oh, I think I've got a level 30, 35 character on here. Nope. Level 60, and no idea what to do with it. So I'm going to pull Mei Lung in sometime, and we'll sit down and figure out what quests I'm actually on, what zone I'm in, what I can do with all this stuff in my backpack, because I think I have 3 slots open, that sort of thing. So did that, and then leveled up my cloak as far as the corruption resistance in WoW 2 or 3 times from the new orb you can purchase with the new currency that they just released. I forget, the Echoes Nyalotha, I believe.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So I've got to do 1 full clear this week of a horrific vision, and I'll get a 3rd orb, and then I can bump it up. So I've at least back in doing the invasions, and because you get some for each major invasion, and then the 2 minor invasions. So I did those. somehow the bad luck protection kicked in, and I got a rank 4 essence out of an emissary bag that I didn't even know was possible to get out of there. So I slotted that. Made some really good progress on N'Zoth. We haven't seen enough of the 2 phases to get out of it cleanly to get to the final phase, which should just be a home run once we get there. So looking forward to that. I think we're going to work on that tonight. And then a lot of time in Final Fantasy XIV. I think last time I had leveled up my samurai. So he's 60. From 50 to 60. And then I realized you can level up Summoner and Scholar at the same time. It doesn't matter which one you play, the other one levels. So I leveled those 2 up to 60 and got through all their stories. And now I'm working on the ninja. And I've got her at 55, I want to say right now. But I also capped out all the poetics armor. So all the Ironworks, all the Shire, all the Scavian for all the classes. I have it all now. Armor, accessories. So that's all taken care of. So it's like, well, I'm going to cap out. Now what? Now I'm starting to work on the weapons. So I'm starting on the Ironworks and I have about half the weapons done. And then we'll go from there to the Shire and then the Scavian weapons. I'm just doing the base weapon. I'm not doing the augmentation or anything because I just want to collect it. And once I have all those, I'll go back and recollect the augmentation and go from there. But having a lot of fun. Summoner really clicked with me. There's been a few classes that just seem to click. Bard, definitely. Machinist, Dancer, all hit that sweet spot where they make sense and I can do good damage with them and keep myself alive. I'm now adding Summoner to that list. It plays a lot like an Affliction Warlock and a Demonology Warlock combined from WoW, because it's get your dots on a target, spread the dot from the target to all the other targets, get your pets to AoE those targets, and then you go into your damage rotation, either single or AoE damage, reapply the dots, respread the dots, pet abilities. So it's just a nice rhythm to it. At least now I hear it. Once you get past 60, it gets a lot more complicated. So
then you have to start juggling a dragon, and then later on you have to start juggling that dragon with Phoenix.
Right.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want Bahamut? Do you want a Phoenix? What do you want? Yeah. So that's what I've been up to. A lot of time spent in Final Fantasy. Also working on the Beast Tribes. I think I've almost got not the kobolds, but the ones near Little Alamigo. I call them the lizard folk.
Oh yeah. I forget their name too.
Yeah. The Amaraji or something like that.
Something along those lines, yeah.
And so I'm playing
really
that.
Big buff dudes.
Yeah.
Look like they can break you in half.
I've got the first 2 set of quests open. When it finishes up today, I'll have the 3rd set of quests open and do that. So, and because you can do 12 a day, but each tribe is only 6, I've been doing those and the kobold, because the kobold's fast. The Amaraji are a little spread out, so that one's always a little slower. So, but
they adjust how that works later on.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I'm doing the ARR stuff. I did the airship tribe, and got that all done because that was all done through crafting, which was really nice, or mostly through crafting. And then I hear once you get into Heaven's Ward, there's another beast tribe that's purely crafting,
Moogles.
as well as yeah. So, yep.
And
So that's
then
what
after
I.
the Moogles, you get the catfish.
Yeah, so that's what I've been up to, and then I want to get back into Lord of the Rings and look at my ranger and see, where I am and what I need to do. So.
Sounds quite busy. Well, speaking of Lord of the Rings, what have you been up to?
On one of my operations teams, I'm on 2 operations teams in SWOTOR. One of them, I can't remember everything I did because I was like almost a week ago.
Yeah.
I do remember. I think we did Group Finder and all that. And doing. I'm a melee character on melee DPS on that one, so really fun, really nice to be up there in the fight. And because I've been playing a lot of melee and tank and all that stuff, to where I'm up in the fight for MFN in SWOTOR on Tuesday, we went into Dread Fortress. I'm like, you know what? Let me jump on my range character that I started doing operations and raids and stuff like that on. Let me jump onto this character. We got partway through the first boss. I'm like, I don't really remember what I'm doing in this.
I have no memory of this place.
Yes, I don't. Yeah, I don't remember my rotation. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna fake it all.
Right.
But I mean, that was fun. And then on my other operations team, we went back into Gods of the Machine, which we're slowly working on, making it to the Isaacs fight consistently. But once you get 2 Isaacs to prepare to get into there, you got to pull tether droids and all this stuff. And I find every hole, every spot you can fall to your death.
Oh, gosh.
I find everyone.
Wow.
Yeah. If there's a spot for me to fall to my death, I'm going to find it in preparation for this. And when I was doing so well, and then I suddenly fell to my death, I'm like, oh no. I ruined it. I was doing so good. I hadn't died. But that was the only time I died but I was really proud of myself. I only died once on this preparation phase.
As Disturb says in the chat room, you must know Kenny.
Yeah. Well, considering that on Wednesday night, I'm a tank. Right. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in Lord of the Rings, it was about a month ago, they finally opened up character transfers. I'm like, hey, I've been waiting for them to open this up. I've been wanting to pull my main character from a different server over. So let me go and do it. I haven't played this character in at least 2.5 years. Let me pull it over. So been trying to get this character back up to date, which I'm 2.5 years worth of content to go through. So I'm just trying to rapidly get it through it.
Yeah.
I'm like 8 months behind now.
I know the feeling. So.
That's only 8 months.
All right. And Mew, what have you been up to?
A few things. I guess most recently, the reason why I was not part of the rolling restart stuff last night is because I was busy doing the part of the stream event, doing the new player experience in Fallout 76. Obviously, I'm a little bit into Fallout. It's probably evident if you're looking at the video, but so yeah, we did a brand new character. It wasn't, of course, without its hitches because as usual, when you need it, your internet decides to start acting up and not. Basically, I got to a point where I got 0 upload, and so I ended up streaming out off of my phone to finally get going. So that was fun. I honestly I think I wanted to do it again, but just further on down in the character setup, just to have a nice clean setting and be able to have people ask questions. Because while I was able to stream, there was always a delay because I was on the cell phone internet and it has that lag.
Right.
So someone will ask a question and they'll get interrupted by me saying something, and we just kind of stepped on each other all night. But hopefully I can get that video cleaned up a bit and get it added to the YouTube channel. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it was fun. It was good to have the interactions and the questions. I mean, there's a lot to do in that game. It's creating new characters is a lot of fun because there's just so many branches in that game, so many choices you can make. Lots of fun quest lines. It's always interesting to see how things interact. Having the human NPCs to interact with has definitely been a nice experience. And you can definitely see there's just been a constant stream of new players that are checking out that Wastelander stuff. So, yeah, I definitely recommend it if you've been at all curious. It feels like a Fallout game now. But yeah, that was my last night. Other than that, have been poking at Final Fantasy 14 a bit more lately, trying to get back into it. Decided to start pushing harder on to Red Mage.
Nice.
It was it's a fun class. It was sort of a fun fact is my very first class in Final Fantasy 11 was Red Mage, because it was my first foray into MMOs, and I thought, I want a class that can do a little bit of everything, and this is
Yep.
Hybrids were a new thing back then.
Yeah.
And and in hybrid fashion, it didn't do any one thing great, but it did do a couple things. So,
yeah.
But seeing how Final Fantasy 14 does it is more interesting. It actually seems to do multiple things as well. And instead of the Final Fantasy 11 style of Red Mage, where it's part caster, part healer, Red Mage kind of does three things. It's a caster, can heal, and it can melee, which is a nice mix-up. So it's kind of, and it's also nice and flashy, and which that's how Red Mage is. They have that flashy red suit that they're always wearing, and the rapier and their poses and whatnot. But you actually get to dash in and slash at whatever you're fighting, and then hop back out, and then throw a few more fireballs at them. And I know it's an interesting way of doing things, and the dual cast mechanic definitely makes things interesting, because one of the neat things about Red Mage is it's a caster, but every other cast is instacast.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, so you have your filler spell, which is Jolt, just to start things over, but then you're balancing white magic and black magic.
Yeah.
And so you're throwing void stuff at them while you're throwing rocks at them. Every now and then you'll get a fun proc where you can use that as your starter instead of Jolt. So then you're getting your white magic and black magic start collected even faster. Then you get it full. Then you can dash in and start doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Then you get to throw a holy at them and all that fun stuff. And then there's the always fun parts of being in a group where at a certain point you get raise. So you can actually throw that in as a double cast so that your healers aren't having to waste their time and their instant casts on raising people in tougher fights.
Yeah.
Except, as usually what ends up happening is I end up in dungeons where my character is limited to 2 levels before getting raise.
Yeah.
So the healers are yelling at me, "Help, raise, help, help." It's like, I don't have it yet. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Do it. No, I can't do it. I literally don't have the spell. It doesn't work. So
it's on my hotbar.
It
doesn't work.
Yeah. It's I'm still curious why they picked the level they did, because it's like level 62.
Right.
So it's just why that point? Why not earlier? It's anyway.
Why not 58 or the 60?
Yeah.
But
like make it make sense. But anyway, but that's been more recently, and then before that. And just the occasional bits of WoW. I'm definitely in maintenance mode with WoW.
Yep.
Every now and then, it feels like I might be getting into like, maybe I'm getting into the, getting a second wind, and then it just kind of edges out again.
Yep.
Yeah. Like the the desire's there, but there's just nothing.
All these bright shinies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help seeing all the fun stuff coming with Shadowlands.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, that looks like it's going to be fun. Oh well, I guess I'll wait.
Yeah.
Right.
But and I want to get my 4 characters, as ready as possible for it. So I actually have been doing that other weird side, the blue side, a little bit, trying to catch up a character over there just so that I have it ready. Because it's usually good to see things from both sides of the story. I don't know that it'll be that different now that things have kind of settled in WoW on the Alliance side. I think that the story is probably going to be very similar for Alliance and Horde come Shadowlands, but you never know. Maybe we'll see something interesting, because I do hear that we might see Tyrande doing some interesting stuff.
Yes.
But I think both sides might get to see it. Like, maybe she'll finally get over her, "Oh, you Horde filth" thing. So
we'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see. Oh, and I guess the big news we have over here is that we might have had a pirate ship dock in the backyard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's been quite the source.
There's been warnings that there's eventually going to be 4 women getting drunk on that pirate ship. We have plans, and it involves that pirate ship.
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll be preparing the house, reinforcing the back wall, that sort of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to have plans. I want it's in a neat spot, kind of in the middle of the yard, so like the grass kind of looks like very sea-ish, and so I want to put the back patio, maybe make it look like an island. That way, it looks like the pirate ship's kind of going by an island. But we're trying to figure out, because it goes back and forth. Initially we got the pirate ship for a kiddo, but it seems like we got the pirate ship for the missus. So.
Yeah, it's Ken's pirate ship. Come on.
Yeah. So we're basically trying to make things as primo as possible here at home, since we're going to be here a while.
Yeah.
We want to make sure the outside area is fun too, so we're not trapped inside all the time. Although the heat won't give us much choice.
Right.
Yeah.
Once the heat dissipates, though, you're good.
Yep. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun back there. We got some swings in the trees and a pirate ship. I mean, it's still kind of like pirate ship. It's
Yeah.
I mean, when you're not used to it being there so long, and then every time you walk out there, there's a pirate ship out there. So.
Exactly. Somebody landed a Gerdanian airship in the backyard.
Yeah. I mean, it was even more fun because essentially they installed it like during my sleep cycle. So I was woken up by it, of course, because how can you not hear that much stuff going on?
Yep.
But, I was still trying to sleep during the time. So, I still got to walk out, and there's an entire pirate ship in the backyard.
Nice.
Even more jarring. But yeah, exciting times. It's an investment for going nowhere.
Exactly.
So that's probably about it. So I've yammered on long enough. Why don't we look into news and then get into Lord of the Rings Online?
All right. Sounds good.
AIE News.
So in case it wasn't evident, it's been a pretty huge weekend in AIE. We had our Where to Start Streaming event. In fact, I think it's still going, isn't it?
It is. STO is going right now. They started the same time we did.
Yep, so they're having all the more fun than we are. But we're still having fun. Don't worry, but they're having more fun. We'll have a full blog post with links to the stream shortly, and we'll have links to each stream in the show notes. Huge shout outs to streamers in the following games. We had Dan Kinia for ESO. We had Fezgig and Marcus for the WoW Alliance side. Marcus then did SWTOR. Duris did Division 2. Some guy named Mewcow did Fallout 76. I think I've heard of it. Sai did WoW. Yeah, it's a little game. Sai did WoW Horde side. And Mailung and Marcus did some game called Lord of the Rings. And then we had Abo, who did, you guessed it, Final Fantasy XIV. And we had Dent for STO currently going on. Marcus doing Call of Duty, and Max conducting our town hall event, which was also recorded for everyone to watch.
Yep.
I want to do a big AIE thank you to Marcus and Fezgig for organizing this whole shindig this weekend. Lots of great content.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
We had
absolutely.
a lot of new people looking in. We had people going, "Oh, that game looks interesting," and buying the game or picking it up, because a lot of the games, other than ESO, Fallout 76, and I think Division 2, are free to play, so you could get started in the game and then decide if you want to subscribe or buy a time card or whatever. So it was a really good event.
And the other cool thing too is for the games that aren't free to start, it's just a one-time fee, and the rest is optional.
Yep.
So, if you like it enough to put a $sign on it, you only got to pay the once,
Exactly.
and then you're good to go.
Yep.
Right. And in Guild podcast news, Sotor Escape Podcast 343, Timey-wimey timeliney. Charles posted a bunch of timey-wimey timeliney stuff this week, so they cover that and more on the episode of the Escape Podcast for Star Wars The Old Republic with Seema, Max de Grey, and Astromech, EPC 343. And in Working Class Nerds 76, Things We Enjoy, which, by the way, is available live on Twitch. Nick and Marcus sit down to record the show live on Twitch TV /MarcusB814 and talk about why they love the games and activities that they do, plus discuss what they're doing in games in the past week or so.
Yep. And in Nomad's news, in Destiny 2, the upcoming expansion is still receiving some buzz. Beyond the Light is available for pre-order on Steam and consoles. And speaking of Steam, the summer sales on Hide Your Wallets. The Iron Banner is returning and has some new rewards. It will run from June 30th to July 7th. Note that skill-based matchmaking is disabled this season. Good luck, Guardians. The 6th straight month of Twitch rewards for the games are now available. Link your Twitch and Bungie accounts to claim your rewards. And we have a link in the show notes on how to do that. Other news and highlights from the past week at Bungie can be found at the Bungie's website. Some are choosing to focus on completing content that will be destined for the content vault and may not be seen again for some time as the game moves into its new content model. Destinations and content contained within Io, Titan, Mercury, Mars, and Leviathan will be among the first things to be archived. So now is a good time to wrap up your experience with these locations. Remember to check out the public Discord Destiny 2 channel in AIE's Discord for the clan activity.
Over in Division 2, Title Update 10 is live with bouncing and other changes. We have a link in the show notes. And Season 2 is live with the first manhunt target is active. The roadmap is as follows. The Where to Start streaming event for event session for Division 2 happened last night, or was that Friday night?
No, it was last night. Friday night was just ESO
and
in the town hall.
Yep. That's right. Yeah, the town hall took up a lot of time, which is good. It was broadcast by the game community's Twitch and the Duras's Twitch channels. It showcased a starting character's experience as they first entered the DC area, explained game systems, and talked about the story. Should you be picking up the game, there is a friend referral program. Make sure to contact a veteran player of the game so you could both receive some rewards. I think it's lots of clothing options and some other goodies.
Yep.
If you'd like to join the clan, please contact Duras in Discord or use the LFO channel in the public Discord. The game is discussed in the Division 2 channel. There is currently a general inquiry for those playing to see if a fun night can be established to get some playtime together. And as a note, you will have to go partway through the tutorial of the game to even be able to join the clan. So don't expect to do it immediately. You just have to get to a point where it'll even tell you now you can do clans.
Right. And in Diablo news, the new season for Diablo 3 is just around the corner, and it will begin on the 3rd of July. Season 21 is named The Trials of Tempest. And the latest Diablo 4 quarterly update is available at Blizzard's website. Search for Diablo. It's a good read and talks about the new open world of Sanctuary as well as team playtesting experiences. If you'll be diving back into the game for the new season, look for an invite to the clan and community in the public Discord LFO channel.
And in WoW news, our Summer of Love is coming up. End of July, beginning of August, still solidifying dates, but just keep an eye on everything. Watch for announcements on that. And if you have any ideas for WoW events, please contact Cyrene. Also, tune in July 8th at Blizzard for a Shadowlands update. This is the one that was supposed to happen, I think, June 4th and got rescheduled. So that will be Ian and the game director. No. Yes.
Ian and Laura?
Ian and I can't remember his name. Not Laura, though. One of the higher ups. But while I try and come up with a name, in WoW Classic, Vanilla's Sunday Fun Day happens at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Sundays. Scoop out a little time from your schedule and level up with us in WoW Classic. Whether you're just starting out and sprinkling through the starter quests or adding the cherry on top of a max level 60, everyone's invited to join us in an old-fashioned social hour in-game and in Discord. And just remember, if you're subscribed to WoW, you're subscribed to WoW Classic. So, it's not any additional money to start and hop in. We are on Pagel, US Pagel Horde side. And the person I couldn't think of was the executive producer, John Haidt. And then Ian's the game director. So that was... Yep.
All right. Over in SWTOR, the last 2 weeks of MFNs have seen us going into Karaga's Palace on the pub side and Dreadforce on the imp side. Fortress, sorry. Afterwards this week, we killed the Isotope 5 droid known as Golden Fury in Tabaro's courtyard, or as we sometimes call it, the Golden Chicken in the Marriott courtyard.
Yep.
And no one got killed in the laser because they were reading Discord.
Everyone's standing laser. No one's standing laser.
This month's Mega was extra special as Marcus and Fezgig took part in the Where to Start streaming weekend. That seems to be a recurring event going on in this.
Yep.
Marcus streams SWTOR character creation and beginning play for a Nautolan Marauder. Nautolan, which one's that?
Nautolan.
Nautolan. Oh, okay, that's why I'm
Will
saying.
Smith's baby.
Sorry.
Will Smith's
Sorry.
baby from oh God. The heck is the name of the movie?
Men in Black.
Men in Black
Men
2.
in Black.
Yeah. Or it was the original Men in Black. So yeah. Yep.
I'm sorry about that, guys. I froze.
You did drop out. We can still hear you though.
Okay, good. Let me turn there we go. And now you can see me?
Yep, you're
Yes,
perfect.
I see you.
Okay.
I don't see
Are you
text.
ready for me in ESO?
Yeah. No.
Almost.
No,
Almost. Almost there. Because we were talking about Fezgig creating a new character to play along.
Yep.
Together, Marcus and Fezgig put together a whole weekend of streaming for the guild that was truly epic. Truly epic. Coming up this Friday will be Mei Lung's Master Mode flashpoints for the Aratech Ice Mount. Maybe you can talk about that for us.
Yep.
And come knock out a couple flashpoints towards this achievement to have some fun. In game news, the All Worlds Ultimate Swoop Rally starts this week, and we'll definitely be checking out this event. There will be new reps to gain, of course, new mounts to get, titles, and achievements to earn.
Okay.
Lots of fun to be had.
So tell us about the Aerotech Ice Mount. What's going on with that?
The Arctic Ice Mount. What it is there's a mission to get this mount, and you have to do like 8 different flashpoints in master mode, which is the highest difficulty. There's a lot of mechanics involved, and going through every other Friday, which because of this we put it off a week, so it's starting up this coming Friday.
Okay.
And we go through, we do the next one online, or if we have someone new, then we'll do one of that, and we'll just hit group finder for the ones that we need, and we'll go through and just do it. It's one of those where if you don't know the mechanics and all that stuff, don't worry. I don't either. Unless I've already done it, I don't know the mechanics of the Master Mode Flashpoint, so don't worry about it.
Learn them as you go.
Exactly. It's one of those to have fun. Some of us have had this mission in our logs for over 5 years.
Right.
So it's a good way to get together with other people from AIE and start working towards this mount.
Awesome.
Sounds like a
Very
great
cool.
idea.
All right. And ESO news. Greymore is awesome, and the Antiquity system is still fun. The past few MFNs have been focused on the new zone, and Friday's MFN we will group and run 2 public dungeons. As part of the Antiquity system, in addition to treasure, you can sell gold and furnishings. You can also get the very cool-looking Ebon Dwarven Wolf mount. The mount requires 17 different pieces, and the lead to each piece is dropped in a specific location. Throughout the week, people have been grouping up in Discord to farm the leads together, so if you're after the mount, feel free to request help in Discord or guild chat, or wait for others to say they're going to farm their farming runs.
All right. And in Final Fantasy XIV news, the Final Fantasy XIV raid team completed Eden 5 Savage. Very nice.
Excellent.
Savage is the mythic version of Final Fantasy XIV dungeons, or the nightmare, whatever the hard mode version of the Star Wars dungeons are, the toughest one. Map night is on break for July 4th, and then we'll resume on July 11th, and we'll do a level 70 map run instead of the level 80, because those mats still sell well because everyone's doing 80s and not the 70s. Remember, we are on the Goblin server in the Crystal Data Center. It is a preferred server, which means you get the Road to 70 XP buff on new characters created on Goblin when it's unlocked. Usually early in the morning, so hit it like before you go hiking, or late in the evening when your insomnia strikes.
Oh, wow. That feels targeted information.
I know, right?
Wow.
As always, please join the Final Fantasy XIV channel in AI Discord and see the MFN list for all the game activities. I think there's literally something going on in Final Fantasy XIV every night of the week.
5 out of 7 nights. It's ridiculous.
5 out of 7 nights. So
it's awesome.
Yep. Also, just because this one kind of slipped by and people didn't see it or know about it, the Moogle Treasure Trove is going on. So if you open your bags and you see irregular tombstones sitting in your bag from running your roulettes and stuff like that, that's going until the patch drops. Go spend those on the Moogle. I picked up a couple of three nice mounts that were 50 each, and now I'm rebuilding up to get more stuff. Also, July 2nd through July 27th, Breaking Brick Mountains. This is a collaboration event with Dragon Quest X. If you've already played through it on the character, you can't play through it again on that same character, but your other characters are able to do it. And by character, I mean an actual separate character, not just switching jobs and the quest would be available. You have to actually do it on a different character. Speak with Havoc, Alvac of the Mithril Eye to learn where these strange new golems may be found. Note, seasonal quest can't be completed after the event has been concluded, and the event is identical to the one previously held. completed quest can't be undertaken a second time. You can collect the Thug Mug's headpiece glamour, the Wind Up Brickman minion, and the King Slime crown, also a headpiece glamour.
Yeah, I'm hoping they do this with the Final Fantasy 15 crossover because that car's pretty cool. But yeah, the King Slime crown is pretty coveted as well. I know a lot of people like grabbing that. It's very unique. All right, over in Star Trek Online, there is a fleet report. Fleet nights are on Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Central, so 21 minutes ago. Although they're doing the event, so things are probably a little different today.
Yeah.
There's a good core group of players, always willing to help new players and adjust content to allow lower level players to participate. They are continuing to work on the fleet holding. Embassy and Spire are both progressing. There's always an event running or scheduled to run in-game to get equipment or work towards getting a free end-game ship.
Yep. And they have 11 people for the event right now, which is huge. Usually it's 4 or 5, up to 6 people. So they almost doubled that for the event tonight, which is nice.
Yeah, I've heard all kinds of new voices, seen new names. It's definitely been a great experience so far.
Yep.
But let's go ahead and get back to Mailung and find out what's going on in Lord of the Rings Online. So what's going on over there?
Well, currently right now, the Wells of Langflood is the new level 130, which is the current level cap area. And I know this is going to drive Marcus crazy based on his recent podcast, but I'm going to say it anyway. Or if you don't want to do Wells of Langflood, you can also do the Dwarf Holds quest line. That's right. You can do 2 different things for if you're in the level cap area.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Plus, it is really nice. You get to do 2 different things, all depend on if you want to go down this road or this road. So it's really neat that they give you that option.
That is fabulous.
Is it an either or can you work on both?
From my understanding, you can go through one and then the other, or there are some people where they're like, you know what, I don't care about this one, so I'm just going to go down this one.
Yeah. No, but that's awesome that you can do both. That's always good.
Yeah. But, stuff we're doing in our SNL, the Saturday Night Lotro, we have started up where we're doing a PvMP and a regular rotation where every once in a while we will go into the player versus monster player. We'll bring in our monster player tunes and do the PvP style of thing that they have. So that's really fun. Which to do that, you just need to have created a level 10 character on that server. So just as long as you have a level 10 character, you can roll up a monster player. We can get you into the tribe that we have in Lotro, and you can join us in hunting down those free people and killing them off, which is really fun to do.
And which server are we on?
We are on the Landreval server.
Oh, cool. So I don't have to go anywhere. I'm there.
You were already there. It's just a matter of getting you an invite.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're already at a level 130. They blasted right through those levels.
Yeah, no, they went way past WoW a while ago.
Yeah.
Which I did hear the community managers saying, based on what WoW was doing with the level squish, Sammy So Games did hear about that, but they said we have no intention of doing that right now.
Okay.
Oh, it's one of the few, because I know ESO stops at 50 and then they have kind of eye level things going on. And
yeah,
it's just it's a mental gymnastics. Like Marcus wants to get to end game and WoW, but he looks at like, I gotta get 120 levels. That's hard.
Right.
Whereas you tell him, oh no, you just have to get to level 60,
50 or whatever. Right.
Well,
right.
50 and then 60 once Shadowlands comes out. You're like, oh, that's much more achievable. Even like Final Fantasy 14 now, getting a character up to 80 while it's not that arduous, it's still the mental gymnastics of like, okay, I got to 50, I got an ARR, I got 50 to 60. You just kind of go, okay, we got 20 more levels to go. So
Yeah.
Right.
being level 60 in Lord of the Rings, I thought it was like close to level cap. Nope, I got
You're not even
70
halfway.
levels to go.
You're not even halfway.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, with that, there's plenty of content out there to do still.
Oh yeah.
Which is really nice. Especially if you're in there for I just want to do the story. There's plenty of story stuff out there. Which the one cool thing that keeps me coming back to Lord of the Rings. I've been playing this for over 9 years now. Is going through the epic story.
Yeah.
It's not one of those where you're going through the books, thing by thing, but you can see where you're just off the page.
Right. It's
It-
like
it-
you run into the Fellowship or a mention of the Fellowship, and then you veer off.
Yes, which you can see that based on what you are doing, you can, if you read the quest text and all that stuff, you can see, okay, I can see where the reason why the Fellowship had it so easy is because I was over here doing
Right,
this.
right.
Yeah.
So even though you're not the hero of that story, you're the hero of your own story.
Absolutely.
While the other's big stuff,
Yeah.
while the other big stuff is going on in the world, you're doing big stuff over here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
And
great.
it's really neat. And the way that they've done it is they've taken a sentence that Tolkien has said and just created a whole zone and a
Wow.
whole area out of it just based on a sentence.
Yeah.
That's astounding.
Reading
Like
between
here's the
lines
seed
quite
of an
extensively.
idea, and here's the plant.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which, I mean, also right now, one of the cool things that Standing Stone has done is if you open up the Lotro store now through the end of August, and under the redeem code, you punch in the redeem code Lotro Free Quests. Quests as in plural quests, all one word. Lotro Free Quests. Then you will get all the current zones, not the expansion packs, but the zones up through the one that we are currently in.
Oh wow.
That's great.
That's
That's
awesome.
great.
Which for them to do that, there's a lot of content out there,
Mhm.
which normally you would have to pay for.
Yeah.
But, with Standing Stone Games, they have 2 games that are under their umbrella. Lord of the Rings Online and Dungeons and Dragons Online.
Yep.
Mhm.
And they've pretty much done that with both games. Hey, here's this.
Yeah.
Great.
Have it.
Yeah, because they just want people to play. They want people to enjoy the game and not try and nickel and dime them to death. I was looking on the online store, and it's like, here's 12 months for $100, and if you think about it, that's actually a really good
Yeah.
price
That's very reasonable.
compared to paying $15 a month or
Mhm.
$12 a month at discount. So it's very nice.
Yeah. Which, I mean, also another thing that they've done is you can also, if you don't want to spend real money, you can acquire Lotro points through deeds and through in-game play.
Yep.
And right now through the end of August, you can get all the expansion quest packs, except for Mordor and Minas Tirith, which are the 2 most recent ones, for 99 Lotro points apiece.
Oh, okay. That's
So
one thing
even
I
if
didn't
you
look
bought,
at is I have no idea how many points I have.
yeah, which I mean, it's one of those where even if you bought Lotro points, they cost you $10. You can get all except for the 2 most recent ones if you decide to spend real money
Yeah,
on that. So,
that's good. That's awesome.
you know, also right now there's through July 14th, they created a new server. It's an event server which has special rules. Which right now it's a PvP server. You do have to be VIP to get on there, but right now it's Tournament of the Twins. You create a character, you get up to level 10, and you choose one of Elrond's twin sons, Eladon or Elrohir, which team you're gonna support, and you do deeds. But there's also a PvP. You can battle and attack someone of the other team as long as they're not in safe zones.
Right.
So, and I've tried it out. It's really fun. It's not fun when you're a level 11 or 12 and a level 50.
No.
No, not at all.
Yeah, a level 50, which is level cap right now, comes and just kills you in like 1 or 2 shots. That's not fun, but it's fun where you do have that added element of the PvP stuff.
Yeah.
But which you do deeds, which is what you need for your virtues and all that stuff, just those extra stats.
Right.
Which once that's over, they're gonna let you transfer from this server to any server you want. You'll have a couple weeks to a month to do that, and then they're gonna completely wipe the server, and then they'll probably bring up another event. So this is a special event server, which is really neat.
Cool.
It kind of reminds me of seasonal characters in Diablo.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. But the really exciting stuff that's coming up is update 27, which it could be as soon as this coming Tuesday, all depend on the QA check that they do. But some of the really cool stuff that I'm really excited about is coming up. Like if you've seen the movie or you read the book, you know, one of the really big things at the end is the wedding of Aragorn and Arlen.
Right.
And that's actually coming. And it's going to be Epic Volume 5, Book 1, which will be free to everybody.
Oh, nice.
So you will actually get to quest and get to see the wedding. There will be a festival around it, and it will be a recurring yearly festival. But the wedding quest will be available all year long.
Oh, very nice.
So that's really neat. That's one of the things that some of us have been waiting on is when's the wedding coming about?
Yep.
Which, you know, with the wedding coming about, you know, how you have daily, and if you're VIP, you have weekly Hobbit gifts, you know, just little free gifts and all that stuff. The gifts are going to be, there's going to be a wedding theme to them. And if you can get, it's all RNG, but if you can get the different tiers, then you'll get an extra cosmetic gift and celebration of the wedding. So it's really cool what they're going to have for that. Another really cool thing, which some people are excited about, is with, you know, if you've watched the movie or read the books, then the Battle of Helm's Deep, you know, there's that big old battle at Helm's Deep, which what at the time Turbine did is they created what they call epic battles. And it's these really big battles. They can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour to do. Some people love them. Some people hate them. Or for the epic story, you have to go through them if you want to continue with the story. Now they're doing story tales where it'll give you a story focused alternative to epic battle for Helm's Deep. Me, I love it. So if you want to see the epic battle and you want to run with somebody, I'm always here. I'm always available. I'll do epic battles because I think they're fun. Because I'm weird like that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Very cool.
Very cool. And just to make sure, the redeem code, did I get it right in the show notes?
There's an S at the end.
Okay, cool. It is so tagged. All right. So we'll have that redeem code in the show notes. Awesome.
Yes. Which also, if those of you who have been coming to SNL pretty frequently and you've heard me talking about, hey, check out my premium house, or me talking about hey, I got a premium house, and you're sick and tired of it, and you're like, okay, how good is his premium house? Well, one of the cool things is that they're bringing, which I'm hoping that premium houses will be included in this, is that if you have a kin house like AIE does, then you can visit, then you can designate, each person can designate a house as their primary residence.
Oh, cool.
Which I have a house in the Breland housing area, and I have a premium house, which I paid for with somewhat real money.
Right.
With Mythro coins. So if I designate my premium house now as my primary residence, then there's a way to where if you're a member of the kin, you can travel to my premium house and check it out and visit it and see
cool.
And everybody else in the kinship who has a kinship or guild that has designated one as their primary residence. So we can jump from house to house if we want to.
Very neat. So it's kind of like visiting the strongholds in SOTOR.
Absolutely.
Cool. Very cool.
But I know, like, one of the things that I've worked on to get in mind is I have a vendor, to put it in SWOTOR terms. I have a vendor. I have a person who you can access your different vaults in your wardrobe from straight out of my stronghold.
Oh, okay.
It's handy.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Which with the wedding, they're upping the amount of trait points that you can have. These are just extra stuff as you level up and as you do quests. You know, they make some of your skills stronger. You can have different focus, whether you want to be a tank, healer, stuff like that, all depending on the class that you have. Which they're upping that to 96. You can only spend 95 because that gives a little bit of flexibility on how you spend it. Which there's a bunch of stuff to that. Stuff that's coming up later in the year. One of the things I'm really excited about, especially if you heard me talking about Rohan, the area of Rohan during the Where to Start event, on how much I love Rohan. Rohan Premium House is coming probably about the end of July. One of the things that makes this really cool is you have horses, you have mounts that you collect, that you work hard for. They're going to have a stable to where you can show off some of those horses, some of those mounts that the other areas don't have because, well, it's Rohan.
Yep.
And also the legendary items are going to be updated later this year, which right now, which Tets, you're level 60, you're in the middle of legendary item stuff. It's confusing. It's confusing to explain. You had to have been around it for a long time to begin to understand it. But that is going to get revamped, and I'm going to be in there to try and get my head around it for when that time comes. I can help people out from the get-go when that goes
Awesome.
live.
Yeah, that's one thing I remember is leveling up weapons and putting experience into them, and then once you got the experience you could rank the weapons up and you had different weapons, and yeah, that whole system I need a refresher on.
Yeah, which the way the system is now, that's really easy. I can give that refresher to anybody who wants or needs it. Uh, Also, because now that I've brought my main character that I've had for over 9 years over to Landreval server and is in AIE, if you feel that weapon is if anybody feels that their legendary weapon is getting out of date, and all that stuff, because roughly every 5 to 10 actual levels uh, that your character gets, you probably should be looking at replacing it.
Right.
I do have a character who can craft the first stage, which are the best ones, weapons. I don't mind doing, I have plenty of other of the materials and all that stuff to where I don't care to just craft it for a guildie.
That is
Awesome.
the AI way.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have a
Yep.
whole fair on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But right now, that's all I have. There's plenty of stuff that's about to come up. That's really exciting stuff. There's class changes, but there's a lot going on right now. And yes, Marcus,
that.
we do have updates at least twice a year in Lord of the Rings Online.
We'll have to have you over on the show next time. There's one of those big updates, and have you go over all that great information for sure.
Yep. Exactly.
Absolutely. There are rumors about an upcoming expansion pack. It might be next year, but there's another expansion pack coming.
Cool.
Fabulous.
And don't forget, there is the Lord of the Rings channel in Discord. If you have questions, pop them in there. If Meilung doesn't get to them, other people will. We've got people in Discord that are playing all the games, so just hop in the Lord of the Rings channel. Ask the question. Doesn't matter how dumb it is. Trust me.
It's not really a dumb question.
Someone else has that same question.
Yep.
And this happens in all the games. You play the game for so long, you just assume everyone knows what you know about game mechanics, game systems, and stuff like that. And somebody comes and asks a question, you realize, for a new person, that's not obvious. That's actually a good question. So don't hesitate to ask the questions. This is a family-friendly, ask the question place. We'll help you out.
The benefits of being in a guild.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
Yep. So.
Yeah, and one of the things on top of that, I've heard, it has been on the show before. One of the times that Marcus was on it, talking about this guild. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask, hey, would someone run this with me, no matter what game it is?
Yeah.
Because this guild is an awesome guild. Don't be afraid to put it out there. With me and Lotro, I'm trying to get a character in every level range. So I'm there to help out when you need it,
That's
when you
awesome.
want
Perfect.
it.
And that's an example of one of the reasons why we're so fabulous is members like you that say, hey, I want to make sure that I can help out a guildie no matter where they are in the game.
Yes, which even in the starting areas, which for me, I can get through those in well under an hour and do every quest in there. But I keep a character in the two main starting areas just for that, because that's separate from the rest of the world, which as soon as I get them through that last bit, they cannot go back.
Yep. So, very cool.
But that's all I got for right now.
Well,
Until
thank
next
you very
time.
much.
Well, thank
That's
you.
Awesome.
It's more than enough.
Yeah.
With that, let's go ahead and close our show for tonight. While the chat room begins suggesting show titles, we want to thank Mailug for joining us, so thank you.
Not a problem. Thank you.
And don't forget, there's probably doing something right now still with the streaming event, so don't forget to join in on that if you've been watching with us live. They are cool.
Should be STO with Dutch, right? And then we're getting ready for Call of Duty with Marcus later. Yes,
exactly.
Yeah, so maybe we can rate them.
Yep.
There you
go. So yeah, go ahead and jump over there once we're done here. Is there anything you'd like to plug me along? Any Twitter or anything like that?
No, I'm mostly in Discord. I have Twitter, but if you see a post from me, it's probably someone else doing it.
Alrighty.
All right. And if you have questions or comments for our show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Mew is at The Mew Cow. I am at Cyberwaif. And Tetsemi is at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join in the chat room and play along with us on our website, aie-guild.org/podcast. Wow. -live stream. Well, I've suddenly lost the ability to what those words means. Dash.
It's okay.
And our Discord server for the chat is aie-guild.info/discord. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him with Keys with Soul or visit his website, andrewallenmusic.com.
Symbols are hard.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what happened.
Okay. And now it's time to play all of the great AI member segments received this week, including, well, you know what? All of the great AI member segments. Go look at the streaming weekend. You'll see all of the great AI members. All right.
And next time we'll be talking to Shoujo, Denkinia, and the Hordling to talk about Animal Crossing.
Yep.
Maybe by then we'll have the summer update to even talk about too.
Oh, we should. Isn't that the third?
I think so.
Yeah. We'll have more exciting stuff to talk about. So until then, AIE, this is Mew Cow.
Kala.
This is Tetsemi.
And this has been the AIE Podcast.
Yay!
Hey.
Yay.
All right.
Sorry about my weird technical difficulties. Oh my god.
It's okay.
Textmentical.
It's like when your brain goes to spell of, and you're like, O-V? No, that's an
well, no, I mean
OVE?
I mean when my Discord completely froze in the middle of the damn show.
Oh,
that's fine. We recovered from that. That's not a big deal. If mine freezes and I'm
time.
recording it, then it's an issue. But yeah,
we do need to look at why it's doing that though, because it happens often in game.
Okay.
And I haven't seen your face the whole time, so I don't know if that was intentional or not.
Whose face?
Oh no. Yeah. You. We did not see your face.
Yep. Yeah, partway through, you just disappeared.
That's weird because I've got all 4 squares up on my screen.
That's all that matters. The recording got it.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah.
So.
We have one more that wasn't in there, which is I have no memory of this podcast.
Oh yeah, so we got titles. So this is all you, Melung. We got Bring in the Monsters.
There's a bunch of good ones.
Yeah. There is. And you can always choose to do a variety of, like you can do, just off the page, the AIE way. You can mix and match these as you choose.
No, kind of like the AIE way. I have no memory of this podcast.
There we go. Done and done.
I have no memory how to say this word in Dash.
Exactly.
I have no what the fuck?
What is that thing?
and
What is that symbol?
McCullough, we didn't do it on the podcast, but both Corley and Dent wanted to let you know that you'll be able to play a TIE fighter pilot in Star Wars Squadrons.
Hey, good thing that the video's not going anymore.
Oh, it is.
Oh, good. Corley, Dent, this is for you.
All
With
right.
love.
And with that, I am going to stop the stream before we lose our family friendly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. We need
Bye,
to tell our
chat
kid
room.
not to cuss next week. Or